it's removal time. I've had these on for 3 weeks. I'm going to take them off. So I'll show removal, and then we'll do a new Solstice set.
Give it to me like...
Hello, welcome to another video on my channel. So I am just feeling this old set. It's time to take them off. It's been about 3 weeks now. I was feeling the lifting, and again, it's perfect. So I'm just going to remove the gems first before I start filing. I am going to go through removal today. Don't use cuticle nippers you use a set specific for gem removal. So dust collector ready. I'm going to start with a pretty coarse bit. So I'm going to use this one here. It's a safety bit because it's rounded at the top. And I decided to show the removal because I think people enjoy it. I know I do. You can always fast forward. But this is what I'm going to use just to take. So I'm going to take most of the color off, and I'm going to use it to debulk a bit. I'm just going to make sure that I'm staying away from my natural nail with this bit, and that's what I've got that nice little safety on the top for. Now I think I had this at about 12 RPMs, maybe 15. I don't like it too fast. I'm not brave enough for that yet. But I found that with this bit, it really helps break down or just get through the gel. And remember, the last gel that I used on this was the fiber gel, the Light Elegance natural fiber. So it has some thicker, like acrylic bits in there. But yeah, this bit is probably my favorite for this process, this step. So I'm going to finish off here. Obviously, I'm going to do my other hand off camera. I do a bit of ambidextrous work today in the video. Just because I kept messing up my filming. So I'll do the other hand off camera though. And then we're going to get into the next step, which is where I clean up all the edges, take off any lifting that might be there, reshape. I'm going to reshape the nail shape and length. I'm going to keep it long, but make them pointier. And then we'll clean up. Okay, so both hands complete. I'm going to use my sanding band to do the rest of the cleanup. Okay, so both hands are done. So I'm going to, obviously you can see I cleaned them. So I sprayed them down with alcohol, and now I'm pushing my cuticles back because I'm going to go in and clean up around the cuticle area and just do any of the perimeter work that still needs to be done. So what I try to do with that last one, and I'm a little bit wonky, obviously, on my other hand. You can see my my thumb, it's not quite smooth. And I do finish file. I do some more finish filing later, but I try to smooth out the nail as much as possible, so that when I'm doing my backfill, it goes on self levels as nice as possible, and I don't have too much filing to do after. So that's the goal usually. So I'm going to, actually, I wanted to show this little bit. So I got this new bit from Melody Susie. I forget what it's called, but it's one of these little teeny weeny cuticle cleanup bits that gets all that like dead skin that's hiding right close to the cuticle. So I'm just going to show you a little bit how it works. But like it's super gentle, like very, very gentle, and you see it's like pulling up all these little, like that's all like, I think it's calcium, I think protein or calcium, but it's, I think it's protein, or keratin. But these little bits that they're just so easy to miss, and this is perfect for targeting them. So I just do the thumb, and then I move to the actual bit for the next process. So I'm gonna go for a, I do use this again afterwards for my final cleanup, but I don't do it on camera. Okay, so this is the cuticle bit I'm gonna use. It's a diamond bit. Okay, so cleaned, cleansed as well. Going in with my Kirsty Meakin primer. I swear by this stuff. Like, I don't know if it's a combination of just me, you know, my application being better, but ever since I've been using this, I have not had lifting. So anyway, I put this on all of my nails. I let it air dry. I've stopped putting it in the lamp because it doesn't need it. And really, she suggests only to put it on the real nail, but I do pull it all the way through as well. And then I'm going to go in with my tack from Light Elegance. So this, again, is sort of like a bonder, double-sided sticky tape. It's just for extra adhesion. I just do one nail on camera, but you want to burnish it in so it roughs up your nail bed. And then I'm going to go in with, I'm going to be using the Jimmy Gel today for my backfill, and I'm going to use some of these Mylar pieces as well. Now this builder in a bottle stuff, I don't really like using it from the bottle. I don't like the brush. That's my real main concern, but I'm gonna attempt it. So this is my wedding layer. It's kind of half-assed because it was so goopy at first. So anyways, you see me, I try to save myself. But so what I decided to do was just sort of put a bead, a glob onto my nail. The stuff self-levels pretty well, and it also stays, actually it self-levels, but it doesn't like flatten, which is really cool. So once I got that on, I went back to my trusty brush, and I'm sort of pillowing it back just to form my shape and to complete my backfill. So this is how I like using it. I don't like using the brush from the bottle. It just never works properly for me. I can't be as precise, is what I find. So here I'm just rounding out the edges, just making sure there's no like divots. And then I'm going to pull the rest of it down my nail. So I'm just pulling down the free edge here, making sure that it's nicely rounded. And then I switch to my liner brush just to get in, well, actually, that's a lie. First I clean up some of the flooding. Yeah, liner brush is coming. So here I'm just pulling some of the rest of the product down. And then I'm going to use just a liner brush just to do some final cleanup. And then I cure, obviously. Now I did go in and put some of the Mylar on. Here I'm just sort of cleaning up the edges. I will show you on my other hand. So I thought I would show a couple more of the builder gel and how I use it, in case you guys have issues using the brush from the bottle and you want to sort of see how I kind of make it work. Okay, so that was a sneak peek of my left hand finished. So I'm going to show you the Mylar part. So I've done my Jimmy Gel, my Backfill on this hand as well. I'm using a base coat, so I'm just coating my nail with a nice generous amount of base coat. I could have used more. And then with my little liner brush, I'm picking up my Mylar pieces and I'm just sort of placing them as best I can onto my nail. So there's really no rhyme or reason. I'm trying to do something cohesive here, but it's really hard with this hand, and also it wasn't, see how they're not coming off my brush as easy as I might have liked. So then I cure that, and then I'm going to go in again. I think this is a base coat, or is it a top coat? It might be a top coat. But I'm just doing a really thick amount of a top coat, trying to cover all these Mylar pieces. After I've done this, I cure, and then I file it down so that all those like sticky up pieces are gone. And then here, I'm doing the same thing on my pinky. So coat of base coat, placing my pieces, and then I cure. And then I go over it again with a thick top coat, and then I file it all down and shape those two nails. So here is after I have filed those down as well. I'm going to repeat the same thing on this hand. So I'm doing my 3 middle fingers in black, and I use the Kiara Sky Black Tie Affair. I should have shaken it a little better, because it's sort of like a jelly black. So depending how well I shake the bottle, it comes out really black or it comes out like a jelly. So so I do have to do a couple coats here. But here I'm just sort of I'm cleaning up, making sure that I've got as even and straight a line on my free edge there. I'm just pulling it down. I do the same thing on these other two. The liner brush is a lifesaver for getting into those little areas. So I'm going to repeat the same thing here on these 3. I'm keeping 2 of them shiny, and then my ring finger I am going to matte with the Kiara Sky Velvet Matte top coat. The other ones I'm going to use the shiny top coat. And I don't know if you can tell, but these polishes go on really nicely. It's my fault that I didn't shake the bottle properly. But like the consistency, I love it. It's like a little bit watery, not too thick. Really impressive. So again, just touching on my edges. I do 2 coats so that it's black, fully black. But I do it off camera. So then I'm going to use my Madame Glam In All Honesty. It's like a teal jelly color, and I'm going over only my thumbs with the Mylar. I just liked the way it gives sort of a festive, wintry look, but you've got those really cool colors underneath shining through. And again, here I am cleaning up the edges. I do 2 coats of this because the first one just wasn't quite dark enough. And then I cure, and then I go in with a top coat to finish it off. Okay, so for embellishments, so I pulled out these 2 teardrop crystals. These are yellow. See on the white, you can see that one, half of it, they're yellow. But on black, they have this awesome blue tone, so they were perfect. And then I also have these other teal stones I'm going to use for my pointer fingers. So I'm showing you with glue, okay? But this actually did not work. It didn't stick for some reason. I have no idea why. So I ended up using the Born Pretty rhinestone glue instead, and those just secured them on perfectly. So, but this is the placement, and you see how on the black, like it just super cool. It totally changes the stone. If this was on white, see on the little white square, see how it's yellow? Yeah, like what a difference. And I do the same thing on the other hand. And here, this is my pointer, and I'm using the rhinestone glue, just putting a little blob where I want my stone to be. And then I just place stone on, and I cure it. So we got our 2 pointers and our ring fingers. So I'm just showing you the different angles. They are getting caught in my hair though, so I do have to go and secure around a little better so that I don't have that issue. But okay, so sneak peek. So the pinky I did with a matte, the velvet matte top coat, and I used the velvet matte on my ring fingers, and all the other ones have the shiny top coat. So Solstice Christmas nails complete. Let's go over some little bits that I used, and then I'll go back and take some more, you know, final reveal shots. So the Mylar is what I used for my thumbs and my pinkies. I used the Madame Glam, in all honesty, jelly teal for my thumbs. Black Tie Affair, velvet matte, and I did use a base to apply the Mylars first. And there we have it. So I'm really happy with these gemstones on the black. I love how they look. Had I not had them on a black nail, it would probably look more like the Mylar pieces. See how they kind of shine or shimmer yellow. I almost feel like the middle nail needs something white on it, but this was how I left them when I finished the video, so. So yeah. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would have done differently. I mean, you know, some people prefer the gems on a shiny nail. Well, I think it looks just as nice on the matte, so, but I'm a huge fan of matte, so I might be slightly biased. There we go. So I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great holiday. I hope you eat lots of good food and spend time with family and friends. And I will see you guys next time.